some pretty simple Glenohumoral CAR stuff I just wanted to put out there. So I like the hand on the rib cage. I think I learned that from Kate Galliette to make sure that I'm monitoring whether or not the stuff is turning. You can also say that I want 2 guns out of my shoulders facing forward the whole time. Alright, so I'll also say, okay, let's start here. I'm going to do active extension of the elbow. So I'm actively trying to straighten my arm more, which is a cue I also use for the elbow CAR stuff. So we're going to do that. I'm also going to try to squeeze something under my armpit. Now, maintaining that active extension and squeezing under my armpit, I'm going to ask for motion from my shoulder. I'm going to go all the way up into my end range, wherever that is. I'm going to take a nice deep breath. On the exhale, I want everybody to tuck their ribs in towards their belly. Okay, on the next exhale, I want you to reach back farther. Squeeze that out. Hey, I really found that. Okay, now, since we, maybe we already did our wrists and elbow CARs or whatever, I'm still doing active extension of the elbow, check that again. And then I want the rotation to come from my shoulder. So if the rest of your body's trying to help, that's nice, but that's not what we're asking for right now. So rotating from the shoulder, use that to point your palm at me. Great, obviously class setting stuff. From here, I'm going to start reaching back as far as I can. And as I do, I'm going to start turning my thumb towards the floor. And I'm going to continue reaching. I want my palm to end up towards the ceiling, if you can. Again, rotating from the shoulder until you're balancing a cup of soup on your palm, if you can get there. Can you reach any farther towards your spine? It's a Cody Storey tip I got. Great. Continue to reach down until you end up with the back of your hand at your side. Take a nice breath. Check your ribs again. Reach back as far as you can. Squeeze there. Keep your shoulders right where they are. Don't let yourself lean forward. Take a nice inhale. On the exhale, try to reach back farther. Can you get any closer to your spine here? Active extension of the elbow. Rotate from the shoulder. Roll that palm out to face me. Keep your chest facing forward. If you can get your palm facing the ceiling, that's even better. Scrape up that edge. Come on up, continue rotating as necessary until you end up with a karate chop hand and you start bringing that forward. Also point out to people that if I'm going here and I start to reach back and maybe the person's turning and they say, okay, let's bring this forward, really that's just the psychological trick, right? Where we like to think that now we're making a smaller circle, but you're not, it's the same size circle, it just feels like you're reaching less, okay? I've also been using the cue, come up, deep breath, ribs in, deep breath, reach back 4. As we've done a couple reps, sometimes we'll do that at the same. Inhale, as you exhale, ribs down and reach back. Okay, keep the chest moving forward, rotate from the shoulder. As you start to reach back here, like as if you're trying to reach something in behind the passenger seat of your car. So obviously you have to keep facing forward, turning the thumb down, rotating from the shoulder until your palm is facing the ceiling if you can get there. And come to the bottom, check the ribs, reach back, squeeze, inhale, exhale, reach more, rotate from the shoulder, palm facing away from you, then towards the ceiling, rotating as needed, keep your shoulders facing forward, and come through. So also I just want to bring up, at FRA, right, we talked about looking for compensations when we were assessing people. So if you have those people that are going here and then they start to do this, you can of course say, can you straighten your elbow? Let's check that out. But if they're really doing this bent thing up at the top and you say, can you straighten your elbow? And like, they don't really get it. That's not really that good. We've already kind of muddied the waters, so to speak, from this range to this range. It's been bent the whole time. So you want to make sure that you're doing your positional isometrics there. So I have this portable ballet bar with towels on it and stuff right now. So I would say, all right, maybe I have somebody that right here, they start to break. So say, let's go over to the wall or a bar or whatever, and we're gonna back up to where you still have a straight arm and you haven't broken yet. Right, so if it was here, all right, let's back up until you have a good spot here. Nice and strong, root everything down. We're gonna do a positional isometric. Pushing down. I could also positional isometric coming up. Playing with whatever works for that particular client for what you're seeing. Because you're always looking for the compensations, right? So trying to correct that. Maybe they can't do better there. Obviously rechecking the elbows too, but if they don't necessarily need to do the full shoulder CARs if this is where we found their compensation and shoulder flexion. So we back off, do your positional isometrics with the straight arm, come through there. Same thing with the rotation stuff, like, all right, you can't seem to do it from here, so if I had somebody rotating from the trunk, we could do a positional isometric, like, we get to just pass here, just for convenience sake, they start to go, so let's bring you back to where you understand it. Positional isometric up into the bar here, build that up, and come through. If you don't have something like this around, you could always do arm battle stuff with like, okay, when I'm teaching people what difference between light, medium, and heavy, I say light is your routine, you're just going easy, you're controlling it, so there's no momentum, but it's, it's not a fight. The medium would be, all right, I'm warming up for something, squeezing it out, going a little harder, and then I usually teach 100%, 90% car stuff from here with arm battle. If you haven't seen the Instagram clip I put up a while ago. So I say, okay, one hand on top of the other, start building up tension between those two, 100% back and forth, you're not allowing movement. Then you say, okay, go harder, make a fist, squeeze out more. Try to break through. God. Fight your everything. And now you're gonna slowly release the top hand. You have two options. You can slowly release the top hand and try not to lose any of that tension as you just barely allow it to come up. You can also say, bottom hand starts to win the battle, top hand is still resisting it, and then you could say remove the hand, but try not to lose any of that tension that you just had as you come through and do the rest. And that's my thing about glenohumeral CARs and some of the stuff we talk about in Kid Stretch class. Hope everybody was having a great weekend. Thank you.